It's nutritionist and maintainable weight loss coach Trisha Mandis here, the author of The Optimal Eating Solution, Maintainable Weight Loss, even if you can't exercise. And today I'm talking about 3 tips to ending emotional eating. A lot of the amazing people I talk to on the phone before they become clients of mine really struggle with this. So I had a hunch that maybe you do too at some points. I know I've been there, so it's nothing to be ashamed of. Not judging you or anyone in any way for this. Like I said, totally been there. So I want to share these 3 tips because they're really, really helpful. So what do you do when you are feeling stressed or you had a bad day at work and you know that the only reason you want to eat right now is not because you're actually hungry, but just because some emotions that you're feeling? These are 3 really important tips. The first one, I cannot stress how important this is to sanitize your environment. What the heck does that mean? That means you get all of the non-optimal foods out of your house, the treats, and you get all of the optimal foods in, all the foods that you can eat in unlimited amounts that are filling and they taste good and you love them and they support health and they support weight loss. That way, if you get home from work and you want to eat emotionally, in the very least, you cannot start eating chocolate and Snicker bars and chips and cookies and totally sabotage your progress or sabotage yourself so you don't gain weight, right? Especially if this is something that happens a lot. It's going to be really hard to gain weight if you are munching on carrots or a potato because you are feeling stressed out. It's going to be a lot harder to overeat on whole plant foods, optimal foods, a baked potato. So if you do, you're going to feel like you're going to explode and that's going to be really uncomfortable. So that feeling of satiety is going to stop you for most people. Okay. So this will keep things a lot safer for you. You have to rely a lot less on willpower, which is awesome because relying on willpower sucks and it's not fun and it's really hard to do. So sanitize your environment. Do that at work, in your car, in your house. And once you do that, I want you to post in the comments and say that you sanitize your environment, you cleaned your space up, so it's supporting you. And if you're not sure what optimal foods there are to eat, which ones are optimal or not, there's a whole chapter on it in the Optimal Eating Solution, very clear laid out plan, foods to eat in unlimited amounts, foods to avoid, foods to limit, generally speaking. Again, I don't know your unique situation, so that's the difference between getting coaching and reading a book, but in the very least, that will be helpful as a starting point if you want to do this on your own. Second step for ending emotional eating is, especially if you have a sweet tooth, is making sure you have access to what I call daily desserts. Daily desserts are foods that satisfy your sweet tooth, but are healthy enough that you could eat them for breakfast. And again, they're not going to sabotage your progress. They're not going to contribute to weight gain. If anything, they'll contribute to weight loss. So this might be an apple pineapple crisp. It could be banana ice cream. It could be a tofu chocolate pudding. There's different things that are daily desserts, microwaved baked apples, etc. Most people, when they are eating emotionally, want something salty or sweet. So this can really help in the sweet department. And even if you're not emotional eating, it's really great to have access to daily desserts because a lot of us still do have sweet tooths, but they can be curbed. One, when you're eating optimal foods most of the time, that's going to naturally alleviate a lot of cravings. But then 2, you eating fruit-based daily desserts, it's still going to satisfy that sweet tooth. But again, not sabotage you. And this is the 3rd tip I have for ending emotional eating. And this more gets down to the underlying cause of why you're doing that and stopping what I call sabotaging thoughts and the mindset work that you have to do. The other 2 are behavior changes that you can make, and it's always a combination of behavior change and cognitive change, right? So sabotaging thought is any thought that you have that if you acted on it, is not going to help you reach your health goals. So for you, it might be you come home from work, you're stressed out, and you're just like, screw it, I just want to eat chips because I just want to eat chips. and that's it. And I don't even want to think about it. That thought is a sabotaging thought, because if you act on it and you do say screw it and you do eat those chips, it's not going to help you reach your goals, right? Every bite counts. Every bite matters. You still can have treats, but we don't want to do it in this way, right? So then the first step is identifying what that thought is, not the way you were feeling, but that actual thought. What was it? Because once you know that thought, you can create up a helpful response. So if the thought is, I just want to eat chips and I don't freaking care right now, okay, then you can come up with a helpful response that you read to yourself every morning. And then really, if you're stuck in that moment, read it then too. So there's 3 parts to creating a helpful response. Again, there's a whole chapter on ending emotional eating in this book. And also at the end of this video, I'm going to tell you about a free training that I have that you can watch that would be helpful too. So stick around for that. The link's in the description. There's 3 parts to creating a helpful response. 1 is you have to rationalize your thought and tell yourself like why that kind of actually doesn't make sense. So in this example of I just want to eat chips, knowing that writing in your helpful response, me eating chips isn't actually going to help me feel better, right? Because it's not addressing why I'm stressed and not feeling bad. So once I eat the chips, I'm probably actually going to feel worse, because now I've eaten chips and I still feel like crap. Now I feel like even more crap. The second part is remind yourself is what is more important to you to achieve. If you want to lose 75 pounds, avoid surgery, get off your medication, reminding yourself of, wait, what's really most important to me in my life right now is feeling better and getting out of pain. And even though these chips will give me 5 seconds of pain relief, it's really a hell of a lot more important for me to lose 75 pounds than it is for me to eat these chips. So you write that out and you remind yourself what is more important to you to achieve. And the third thing you can do in that helpful response is write out a behavior change, something you can do physically to help you avoid eating that. So it could be, I'm going to eat something optimal. I'm going to eat a daily dessert instead. Or I'm just going to get out of the kitchen and go on a walk. I'm going to journal. I'm going to sing. I'm going to dance. I'm going to do something else until this feeling passes. And here's a bonus tip, number 4, is write your emotions out. Write out how you're feeling. Write out why you think you're feeling that way and what do you need? What are your needs now because you feel that way? Understanding that, getting out of your body, meditating, and letting those emotions pass will also be really helpful. So if this was helpful for you, you would really love this free training that I have right now. It is called How to Drop Pounds Weekly Without Eating Less, Counting Calories, or Popping Pills. So there's a link in the description with this video. Click it. Watch it, totally free. I don't sell you anything on it. Helpful information on what's possible with eating optimally and achieving long-term health and disease reversal without eating less or counting calories. Again, been doing it for 10 years now. Love it. Foundation of my sanity and my life, really. So make sure you watch that. But now, once you sign up for that, I also want to hear from you. I want you to answer today's Take Control Now question and tell me in the comments, do you yourself ever struggle with emotional eating? If so, share how and which of these tips do you think would best serve you? Again, can't wait to hear your comments and respond. Get educated, get support, and take control. Yes, you can get the healthy body you deserve.